Alrighty, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are going to hop in lag with a full team of humans using whatever, normal equipment that I would give them, because this is essentially what this is. I'm testing. So I would have you typically would have like some. No, I think you're more known for Uzis. Norn? Question mark? You are now known for this fucking badassery over here. You're good for that. Abhishek. You're a cool kid. So we're gonna give you. Give you that. We're gonna make you like the boy. You know what I'm saying? I know I do stuffs. I have you. Okay, bless. So you're gonna be. This is the team we're gonna run, and we're gonna do two battles. One is full Cyclops. Don't have you? What? Whoa. Wow, hold up. I know I don't have that. 8k gold. Oh, that hurts my bank accounts. Alright, one battle. All humans. The next battle is gonna be all Cyclops, and we're gonna compare them. So right off the bat, I already know I'm gonna get more fighters to go up against using the 6 normal fighter strategy, and we already know this because the game bases the amount of opponents that you face based on your team, which is why, like, when I did a series where I was like, one team v all, it wasn't that many people because... Alright, I had to stop for the volume just to make sure. Because that's the amount of people that were in the match. Because there was only one, the game auto balances and makes it so that, you don't have to go up against that many people. So, based on that, I can already tell you that it's going to be a lot harder to do this comparison when we're using, like, this type of team. And that, obviously, for the fact of, hey, listen, there's 3 Cyclopses when, there should be, a lot more of them to go up against. So the fighters already are at a disadvantage. They have to do a lot more work. However, they also have an advantage because they can mob. And that's perhaps one of the best things about this type of class is we can mob enemies and, you can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that the fighters have that the Cyclopses don't have. Now, disadvantages when we're talking about fighter v Cyclops is the amount of damage that is dealt. Now, this is a big ass difference because Cyclopses are known for like 3-shotting people. Like what's his name? Von Dingley can 2-shot an opponent. A normal opponent, if he's hitting like the critical hit damage, he can 3-shot or 2-shot, sorry. However, these guys do not have that capability. They have to rely on each other to do the damage. As you can see right now, it took 3 of us on a pixie. If Von Dingley hits a crit on a pixie, that pixie 9 out of 10 times will go down. And that's just because they hit so hard. Right? So that's one thing that the Cyclopses do have as an advantage that the normal players don't. The other thing that normal players do have the advantage of is variety in their weapons. Cyclopses are forced, not forced, but they have to have, physical weapons. They can't use, like, Uzis, for an example. They have to use, like, the sword class. The only thing they can use that is ranged is the throwables, which are not known for doing too much damage.
Very good indeed.
Another thing that is a big advantage is for the fighters is we don't need to manage, who else is on your team. If you want to throw a healer in, that doesn't really change the team that much. And that's one big thing that the fighters do have. However, if I wanted to throw in a healer to an all-giant team, I just threw a wrench because now, if I get rid of him, I have 2 spaces are open and 1 less Cyclops. So that's also one thing that normal fighters have an advantage of, is they have that versatility. They have the range if they choose to, and 9 out of 10 times they will be able to overwhelm. So now we're gonna go up against a full red team. Okay, and this is where the Cyclopses are going to have a very easy battle, because all of the opponents take super effective damage by mallets, which, as you can see, Von Ding starts off with a massive 21% or 25 damage percent. And another thing is that the Cyclopses may not be able to overwhelm, but when they also have that knockback, that also does buy time for teams. So overall, I'm not going to say one's good, one's bad. I'm just going to say that there's a place for them in your team, which is why you won't see me always run, the same team, is because I like switching it up. I like testing, who's going to be the best fit for this team. Like with the Troll Mom team, Gorgeous, for example, I didn't use Gorgeous or Von Dinglidong instead of Gorgeous. And that was mostly because I wanted that extra slot because the Troll Mom already takes up so much. So that necessarily would not be a good fit in the team, because now you're losing the chance to have, that extra player for that extra bit of firepower, but you could have that same amount of firepower if you were using, a 2 fighters instead of 1. See, like that did 15 damage with the crit. Can't forget the crit, boys. But it did 15 damage with the crit, or with the bonus damage, and that's match right there. So a normal fighter would be able, say they did 10 damage even, because even Sophia does 8 damage. And she hits them for 4 twice, so 8 damage. If I had 2 of Sophia, I would do more damage than if I had 1 Cyclops. So it's always that pick and choose where you want. Now, they also have the advantage of over half actually of my team is overweight. They are at 110% instead of Von Dinglidong's 100%. And that's going to play a big difference when fighting, because you lose a lot of damage when you go overweight. So that's another thing, is that normal players will lose damage, but they'll also lose a footstep. However, when these guys go overweight, they just lose damage. So that's another advantage. So personally, if I was going to pick, somebody invited me to a match and they go, okay, you can either use all heroes or all standard troops, or you can use all Cyclopses, I would actually pick the Cyclopses, for the one reason that if you know how to use Cyclopses, even if you get surrounded off the bat, very few teams are going to be able to one-shot the Cyclops. For instance, a full team of Wraiths, say it was 99, level 99 Wraiths, all of them are level 99. If they all shot at one Cyclops, 9 out of 10 times that Cyclops is going to be down half your health or more. However, with this team, because I have the big shields, I have such a big chance to dodge, I force, the Wraiths to come forward. So if it didn't have a shield, the Wraiths would win that fight, because they would just keep their distance and whittle them down. Whereas if I had big shields, that would force them to come forward. So it really is a big pick and choose. However, if I stand by my choice, I have to go with the full team of Cyclopses, just because if you're looking at a one-on-one fight where they have to close the distance, 9 out of 10 times the Cyclops is just going to overwhelm you, because even without the critical or the added damage, I still do 27 damage, and that's without the versus helmet. So even if you weren't using helmets against me, you would still take a lot of damage per hit. So that's why. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I think we're gonna do Pixie versus I think Electrobot, because I think that's probably their most well matched up troop, or Wraith maybe. I don't know. I'll think about it, and I'll let you guys know in the next episode. Peace.